Hello YouTube! I just wanted to do a quick review of the Dota 2 Figma action figures here. If you're like me, you can't just go out and grab these at the local stores, so I've ordered them online, and in case you wanted to take a closer look at them before making the same online purchase I did, I wanted to do a quick little review here. One of the main things I noticed right away were the joints in Anti Mage's arm. They're pretty pronounced either way his arm is bent. And it wouldn't be so bad if the joint wasn't a different color from the rest of his skin tone. You can see there it's like bright tan, and the rest of him is pretty dark. From far away you can't really tell, but from up close it's not so great. I mean, the rest of the sculpt is amazing though. I'm pretty impressed with it. They put a lot of attention to detail in places that weren't even necessary. Like the joints on his skirt down here. Let's see if you can get a closer look at it. Yeah, see, you can see the ball joint on the skirt there. So it's pretty cool. You can pose him in all sorts of action poses. They just didn't care about how this looked. It's alright though. From far away you can't really tell. Especially if you've got him in a pose, you can cover up all those points. And yeah, you can see here, he's very poseable. Another small complaint I have though, the weapons that he comes with are only compatible with these hands, and that's because the handle is stuck in these hands. Let's see if I can get it out here. Kind of hard with one hand. So if you want him to be holding his weapons, you have to have these hands. So I don't even know what the point is of the other hands unless, I don't know, you want him on the shelf without weapons for some reason. But yeah, that's the gist of Anti Mage. I do like how it looks. Windranger, I also like Windranger a lot. It's a little weird because there's some articulation right below the bust line. So any pose you have her in, you could see there's this weird arc that it creates in her back. You can't tell from the front, but she kind of articulates weird. I know that every single point on this figure is articulating, but having it articulate like below the shoulders and above the waist is kind of weird. And you can see none of the hands it came with really hold these arrows very well. It kind of just dangles there. The joints in the arm, they're not as pronounced and they're not as bad as Anti Mage's. The color's pretty close to the skin, so that's good. See the quiver here, that's attached to the back with a ball joint. You can see there. So that actually moves a little bit too. It's kind of hard to see, but it's back there. It's a little difficult to get in, but once it's in there, it's there. Her face is separated at the hairline right there. From the front, you can't really tell, but there you go. There's a better shot of it. So that's kind of, I think that's kind of bad how how solid the separation there in the middle of her head. But the front-facing figure is hard to see it, so unless you've got it from a side profile on your shelf, you're not really gonna tell that it's there. There are also pieces on the armor of Windranger that articulate, so that's pretty nifty. All those shoulder pauldrons move around. Overall, I'm pretty happy with these. The way they look, the sculpts, the colors, everything is pretty good except for the things I brought up, which are pretty minor. I'd be more than happy with reordering these if I misplace them. Everything I complained about a bit, but it's pretty minor things. Overall, I think they're great. Thank you all for checking out the video. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time.